And welcome back, everyone. Right now with us, Chef Eric Gruber from the Shore Lodge. He's the executive chef at the Narrows restaurant.
Correct.
Up there, some beautiful holiday decorations here. I guess getting people in the mood for the holidays, right?
Definitely. We're doing a kids cookie decorating class on the 21st, so this is kind of what we do. It's from 2 to 4 p.m. It's free, and we're going to make a bunch of cookies, and you can bring your kids in, and we'll decorate cookies with the kids.
Awesome. And they'll look this good?
Depends on how talented your child is.
Luckily, mine are pretty talented.
Well,
I like to think. So,
absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about, I mean, how hard is it to make these gingerbread cookies and to decorate them and that sort of thing? I mean, a child can do it.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. You know, a lot of stores sell cake decorating kits, sell gingerbread kits. We obviously did this one from scratch. Took a little more, about 40 hours into this.
Wow.
But it's a pretty simple process. It's very fun. Everything's edible. The frosting's real easy. Think of it as edible glue, basically egg whites and sugar.
Wow.
Anything that breaks, you stick back together with your edible glue, and you just want to have fun. So that's the whole idea.
I know. Too bad you can't see it back here, but there's like a fireplace pit out here behind there. I mean, it's crazy, and there's a tree that's kind of falling
Swedish
over.
fish going down the river in the front. So
yeah,
we just get creative and have fun with it. If you get angry and you yell at your dog and your kids, you're doing the wrong thing.
And I see frosted mini wheats. I mean,
Correct.
what did you use to actually make? It doesn't.
These
look
are
like
actually edible rocks. So we buy those, we cheat.
Okay.
There's a few things that we buy from some companies that make it look a little more professional. But the majority of it, we went to Rite Aid. And we buy everything that we see, and we just kind of put it together. It's all done with gingerbread, and then we do the shingles. These were like pizza sticks, and we just get creative with it.
Well, you got licorice right here.
Correct.
It's kind of the driveway type
Correct.
thing.
Lots of candy canes. Tootsie Rolls will work really well for chimneys. And those are easy to find. And you just go to the store and you buy, as much candy and everything that's left over you get to eat. So
how fun is it to do these kind of things where you get to talk with the kids and show them this stuff and decorate the cookies?
Oh, to me, it's great. I have 2 kids at home, so we do a lot of this at home. And to be able to go to work and have the kids come in and get excited about cooking and get excited about the holidays makes it all worth it.
I mean, how did you get started in cooking? I mean, is that where the love came from when you were a child?
You know what? I grew up eating McDonald's. And when I was going to college, I couldn't afford to go out to eat. So I started cooking in college, and I ended up dropping out and going to culinary school and started working, and that's kind of how it started. So.
And now you can do, I mean, did you do this?
I have help. I have a pastry chef, and she's a lot more talented than I am, thank goodness. And she usually walks me through it.
I mean, have you guys thought about entering any contests or anything like that?
Not yet, but you know, it's. I thought she did a fantastic job with it. We put it up in the lobby at the hotel, and we get people come in and just in awe. I think it's pretty amazing.
Now, how much does that weigh? I mean, you guys were carrying it in this morning, and
it's probably a good 25 pounds. It's there's wood on the bottom to keep it stable, but there's probably a good 10 pounds worth of candy on there. So.
For people who want to do something like this at home, I mean, you talked a little bit about the decorating kits or something like that, but can you do it from scratch? I mean,
oh, absolutely. It's gingerbread recipes, very simple. You find them online. I think we had a couple recipes that we gave to you guys. Like I said, the frosting, which is kind of the base, the glue to everything, is egg whites, sugar, and cream of tartar. Mix it up. That's basically it. And then you can fix any mistakes you made. Everything sticks to it. Takes about an hour or so to set up. And this thing will last for a year, as long as it doesn't get eaten by bugs.
And you said fix any mistakes you made. Did you have trouble?
If I did, I wouldn't tell you.
Right.
We had trouble coming in. We actually lost a tree on our way down the stairs.
On this but I thought it was
fog got to this one over here.
I thought it was artistic, though. I thought the tree was actually.
That's the story we're going with.
Yeah. See, that's what I thought.
No, this is just frosting.
This is just frosting. So set it up, put the frosting around, and stick everything to it. And said everything on here is edible except for the wood.
What's the key? Is it? I mean, when you're building something like this and you want to make a big kind of tablescape or landscape, I mean, do you start from the base and then build up?
We usually draw out the, sketch out the house or the houses that you're going to do, put those down, and then kind of go from there. And go online, take a look at pictures. I mean, there's some amazing 6-foot tall ones out there on the internet. You can kind of see what other people do, get ideas from that. Go with the candy that you have because it all works on there, and just you got cinnamon sticks, the little rolls it's just, you can do anything on there. Yeah. You get creative.
Just be creative.
Yeah.
Now is it key to, I mean, you guys use something else besides gingerbread to make these. Is that better than using gingerbread?
The gingerbread is on here as the base.
Okay.
You could cheat and do it with cardboard.
Oh, so these are on the outside.
That's on the outside.
Oh,
so
okay.
that sticks to the gingerbread. So we did it for real. You could do the base as cardboard if you want it to be a little more stable, and it'll last. If you shellac it, that spray shellac, it'll last for years.
Yeah, because every time we've tried it at home with the gingerbread just
just keep cooking it. Real low heat after it's cooked and just let it dry out. We start this in October. So we start
Wow.
making the gingerbread in October, and then we go from there. So.
All right, perfect. Well, the chef's going to stick with us all morning long. He's actually going to make us up some rosemary blue cheese mashed potatoes coming up in the next hour. So we're going to let him get back to work there, but should be very, very good. And I'm looking forward to actually trying some of it. Especially at, what time is it, 6 in the morning?
Yeah, I know, really
should be perfect. All right, let's go over to Kyle right now because he's got some weather to look at. This is the segment I've been waiting for all morning long and really all week long since we found out you're coming. This is Chef Eric Gruber with the Shore Lodge and the Narrows Restaurant, executive chef. He's going to make, I guess, a signature dish that was actually in the Rachael magazine, correct? In November.
Correct.
What is this dish?
This is a rosemary blue cheese mashed potatoes. There's a couple things to remember about making mashed potatoes that are key. The first one, use Idaho recipe.
Of course.
Everything else is second best. Secondly, I love the flavor of rosemary. This is some rosemary. What I don't like is the texture. It's kind of like pine needles.
Okay.
The flavor's amazing. So what we do is when we cook our Idaho recipe potatoes, we take the rosemary, we wrap it in a little cheesecloth, tie it up, and that goes in the water when you cook the potatoes at the beginning. So you're going to bring it to a boil. It takes about 45 minutes or so, and then you're going to get the flavor into the water, into the potatoes without the texture, which is nice. Everybody should buy a little ricer for their potatoes. It's the best way to make mashed potatoes. This was $15.
Huh. So it's not just put it in the bowl and just kind of slam down on it?
This is the way to go. So think of potatoes a little bit like bread, to where you can overmix them, you can undermix them. So potato fits right in there and just pushes right through.
Oh, wow.
So you do that. You got 20 people over. It'll take you about 5 minutes. I don't know 20 people, but if I did.
And that rosemary, do you put it in there at the beginning?
You put it in at the beginning, and then, like I said, it stays in there, and it really steeps into the water. And you're getting all that flavor, again, without the texture of pine needles. So we love pine needles in McCall, but I don't like to eat them.
Well, that's the crazy thing, because normally, I mean, that's such a handy tool. Normally, you see people just smashing and smashing that.
This is really simple. We have our blue cheese. That goes right in. We've got a little salt. You could do cream and butter. You could use chicken stock if you're on a diet. We're going to use sour cream because we're not on a diet.
We will be later, right?
So that was 2 potatoes, maybe a half a cup of sour cream. And just mix that in. You don't want to overmix it. And you could do this about an hour before you need to eat. If you're trying to get your timing down for Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving dinner, just hold it in your oven, low temp, 140 degrees. And that's as simple as it gets.
Wow. I mean, look how fast that came together. I mean, I look at my mom, or when she would make mashed potatoes at Thanksgiving or Christmas, she's in the kitchen just slamming down on everything. Then she's got the mixer out, but that just went lickety split.
If you don't like blue cheese, you can substitute cheddar. I mean, you could really do anything. Texture-wise,
looks smooth.
Yeah.
Now, how did you guys come up with this recipe?
Basically, we were trying to pair. I love blue cheese, love rosemary. Was trying to figure out how to do potatoes without the texture. We thought of that, and we played with it a little bit, and we ended up sending it in to Rachael Ray, and she loved it and put it in her magazine for a side dish for Thanksgiving.
And what kind of response have you got from that? Have you gotten a lot of calls?
We had people the first day the magazine came out came in just for the potatoes. So we have them on the menu right now in a couple different places in the Narrows, and they've come in and they sell really well. People love them. All
right, now we do have his recipe. Let's take a look at it if we can real quick. Here are the directions. I mean, it's that quick to make these up.
Yeah, it's easy as it gets.
nothing easier than mashed potatoes.
I can't believe they pay me for this.
So is that magazine out now? Can we
the magazine is November issue.
Okay.
So there's probably another one out also, but
we like this one.
Yeah.
Right.
This is the one that I'm in, so we really like it.
Okay.
Now, is this a great dish for Christmas dinner or something like that? Is it overpowering?
No, I mean, it depends what kind of blue cheese. We're using a Rogue Smoky Blue. It's a pretty mild blue cheese. You could use a gorgonzola, melts really well. Like I said, if you don't like blue cheese, substitute goat cheese, substitute chetter cheese.
And just
go to town. I mean, that's the great thing
how
about
did you get, I guess, Rachael Ray to recognize your potatoes?
She saw it and just knew I was talented.
There you go. Did you submit it? Or
we submitted it, correct.
Okay. Huh.
All right, well, I'm going to try these.
Please, give it a try.
All right, let's try. Natalie, come on.
All right.
I don't like blue cheese, but
I told you that I don't like blue cheese, but we'll try.
That's nice.
That's good.
Kyle, you want
I'll try it after. You're good with the spoons right now.
Yeah, I know,
it's terrible cold right now. So.
Yeah, but that is really good. This is what's interesting to me. Yeah. Where did you get that?
I got that at the local kitchen store, Bella Kitchen in McCall, but you could buy it at Target. They probably sell them.
Really?
It's $15.
Okay.
And It's great for, you know, cauliflower, any vegetable if you want to do a vegetable puree.
You guys invented this recipe. I mean, how many of these recipes are you guys inventing up there, you know, during a certain season?
We do hundreds, probably. Every time we change a menu, we write recipes, and we, you know, basically in the off season right now, we play with a lot of food.
Is that the fun part of your job?
Definitely.
Do all these make it to the menu though? All these
no,
like
we just try
experiments?
something to eat. So we have 4 restaurants in the summer, so we have a lot of different outlets where things are going to. Sure. But basically everything we do that's on the menu, we try out first, and we you know, put it in recipe, and so it's the same every time you come up and eat.
Okay.
And how what would your advice be to an aspiring chef at home, or just like me who likes to just throw whatever he can together and try it? I mean, what kind of things would you tell someone like that to really start creating dishes on their own?
Right.
I read a lot. Yeah. You know, I still learn every single day. It's a big part of what we do. I mean, you can never know enough. You could spend, you know, a year just learning about tempura. So I buy a lot of magazines, buy a lot of cookbooks, and I read. And the tough part is I try to go out to eat a lot. So.
That's the expensive part.
Yeah, sometimes.
All right, well, so the Narrows restaurant up there at Shore Lodge,
correct,
open right now?
Open 7 days a week, 7 nights a week.
Nice warm place to get out of the cold.
Absolutely.
Up there.
Beautiful view.
All right.
The snow's phenomenal.
All right, well, thank you very much, Chef. Appreciate you coming in. Delicious meal. We're going to put all the recipes for his gingerbread house as well as his cookies and these potatoes up on the Good Morning Live website coming up a little bit later today, so make sure you go in there and try this out for, you know, Christmas or any, heck, I eat mashed potatoes any day of the week. That's for darn sure. And you won't be disappointed at all. That is a guarantee. All right, we're going to be right back after this with a final look at your weather plus top stories, the commute, and the forecast.